and thank you for your patience. Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Dave Trively, and I am the co-director of bands at Warren Township High School in Gurnee, Illinois. It is a privilege for me to be emceeing this concert for you. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the retirement of a true legend in music education, Mr. Randy Sundell. I should have added a long applause in the script for that. It wasn't big. For over 3 decades, Randy has inspired young musicians at Oak Grove School, Libertyville, and Vernon Hills High Schools, building not only outstanding ensembles, but also nurturing individuals who have gone on to thrive in all walks of life. For me personally, having had the honor to learn from Randy during student teaching in 2007 and as his assistant from 2010 to 2013, this afternoon is deeply meaningful. Randy is a master of his craft, a compassionate mentor, and someone who has always led with integrity and a deep love of music. This concert features alumni and current students, all of whom were directly influenced by Randy's example. They have come in from all over the country, rehearsed this morning for the first time, and I can tell you firsthand, they sound great. One could say that each note today is a thank you letter in musical form. The program contains works that were featured at previous band festivals, as well as a commission work written especially for Randy and this event. So let's begin this musical journey, one of reflection, inspiration, and above all, celebration. We begin with Melody Park Overture, composed by Robert Shelton, one of the most performed composers of concert band, particularly here at Vernon Hills High School. Premiered at the 2011 Vernon Hills High School Band Festival, the name Melody Park comes from the local Hawthorne Melody Park by the same name, but with 2 L's in melody. It's a fitting way to begin the concert, as Randy has always liked performing overtures over the years. Please enjoy. Next, we travel through the rich tapestry of American folk melodies with American River Songs by Pierre LePlatte. This work draws on traditional songs like Shenandoah, the Glendy Burke, and Johnny Come Down to High-Low, weaving them together into a compelling narrative of movement, reflection, and spirited adventure. Randy has always emphasized musical storytelling, and this piece reflects the kind of appreciation and musicality he instills in every ensemble he leads. It's only fitting that we pause now here to acknowledge Randy's broader impact. Please join me in welcoming Representative John Taylor of the American Legion, who is here this afternoon to recognize Randy's contributions not only as an educator, but as a community leader, one who has instilled values of service and pride through music. Please join me in welcoming John.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. As said, my name is John Taylor. I'm the agent for Vernon Hills Post 1247 of the American Legion. The American Legion historically has always conducted remembrance ceremonies on Memorial Day. About 20 years ago, we realized that we weren't really ending those ceremonies the way we should. So we looked around, talked about things, and somebody along the way suggested, could the high school help? Vernon Hills had only recently opened. So I made a call, wound up talking to Randy, telling him what we were looking for and why. And without any hesitation, he jumped in and obtained 2 students to join us on Memorial Day for the 3 ceremonies we performed, to play taps for us to end those ceremonies. And that has gone on for the last 20 plus years. And it's very much appreciated. And let me say kudos to the students who played with us. They've done a marvelous job, and we get a lot of comments about it from family members, which of course is a testament to themselves and to the instruction that they get. As I said, that's continued for 20 years, so it's my pleasure to present to Randy the American Legion Certificate of Appreciation and Recognition of the assistance that he has given us over the years in allowing us to perform the activities that we perform in the manner in which we should perform them. Randy?
Came up and I shook his hand. I said, "That's the first time I've met him." We've shared many phone calls, obviously, and voicemails. So it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much.
We have one more set of recognitions from the village. Now, would you please welcome Tom Cook up to the stage, please.
I'm Tom Cook, and I'm the mayor of Vernon Hills. And one of the things Randy and I share is invitation, sir. It's my privilege to read this proclamation that the village board passed in recognition of Randy Sundell, teacher at Vernon Hills High School, for dedicated service, education, and enrichment of our students and our community. Randy Sundell earned his bachelor's and master's degree in music education from Northwestern University and has been the director of bands at Vernon Hills High School since the school opened in 1999. Randy Sundell has served as an educator directing 3 bands, teaching advanced placement music theory, leading the jazz band, football pep band, and also served as assistant director of the symphony orchestra. Under the direction of Randy Sundell, the Vernon Hills High School Wind Ensemble has been recognized numerous times, including being selected to perform at the Illinois Super State Festival many times since 2003. The Wind Ensemble has been named the Honors Band for the years 2007, 2010, 2012, 2014, 2023, and 2025. The Wind Ensemble was chosen as a national winner for the Mark of Excellence National Wind Band Honors Competition from 2011 to 2013, and a commended winner for 2014 and 2016. They performed at the Illinois Music Education Association All-State Festival in 2004 and 2013. The band program was recognized by the National Band Association National Programs of Excellence in 2014 as the North Central Division winner. While dedicating the majority of his professional life to ensuring our students received an education in the musical arts at an award-winning school, Randy's students were able to experience a sense of accomplishment and earned distinction. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Tom Cook Jr., President of the Village Board and the Board of Trustees for Vernon Hills, do hereby express our sincerest appreciation to Randy Sundell for his dedicated service and mentorship at Vernon Hills High School and for his contributions to the enrichment of our students and our entire community. Thank you. I also have to point out, this resolution is signed by me as village president, but it's also signed by Mr. Kevin Timoney, our village manager. I don't know if you remember Kevin or not, but Kevin, when Kevin was a 5th grader at Oak Grove, he played drums in Mr. Sundell's band. And he's not our village manager.
Curiosity, how many of you were in a band that was named the honors band? That's one of the reasons they sound the way they do.
Now on to some more music. We invite you into the transcendent sound world of Luke's Orunque by Eric Whittaker. Translated as Light and Gold and originally written for choir, this piece evokes stillness and wonder. With rich, shimmering chords and flowing lines, it creates a sonic space for reflection. Randy has always valued the emotional depth of music, and this piece captures serenity, grace, and quiet strength, the same traits that have defined his approach to teaching and life. As I mentioned at the start of the concert, mentorship has always been a central part of Randy's legacy. It is my distinct honor to speak to that and to speak to you about someone who has meant the world to me, not only as an educator and mentor, but as a dear friend. I'll do my best not to go long, but I wrote the script and they gave me the microphone. Randy has shaped so many lives over the years, and I can say without hesitation that I would not be the educator, the musician, or the person I am today without having had the opportunity to student teach with him and work alongside him. I still remember the first time Randy had me work with his students, which occurred during my collegiate time during home district observations, which is before student teaching. I was just beginning to find my footing as a future teacher, and yet there I was, coaching his saxophone players, as well as working with a young freshman named Spencer Kibler, who I think is right over there. Randy gave me opportunities long before he had to, because that's who he is, someone who lifts others up and sees potential before they even see it in themselves. That belief only deepened over time. He trusted me to work with the wind ensemble during several Superstate runs, working with small groups that needed extra help, and conducting pieces alongside him. These moments were defining for me, especially at a time when I routinely questioned my own ability in those moments. Randy was my biggest advocate. He gave me confidence before I knew that I had it, he gave me confidence before I knew how to have it in myself, and I would never forget what that meant. Now I could go on and start telling stories, because when someone's become one of your closest friends, you collect a lot of them, but there are a few lines from Randy that have stuck out over the years and frankly shaped who I am as a teacher, and a classic from Randy: expectations, expectations, expectations. It's all about expectations, everything. During some of those difficult first year moments, hey, being a first year teacher is hard. I wouldn't want to do it again. Noted. And finally, asked whether a tedious organizational task was completely needed, because after all, I am a blonde saxophone player. Well, you want to have a good band program, don't you? Noted. He taught me to bring everything I have to this job every day, to reflect constantly, to never stop asking how something could be better, and just as importantly, he showed me how to leave work at school, enjoy time with friends, and maybe even out on the boat. Mentoring a student teacher requires more work on a cooperating teacher's part, in addition to an already busy teaching schedule. Randy's willingness to repeatedly take on that challenge has been nothing short of remarkable. I want to take a moment to recognize the 23 student teachers Randy has mentored over the years. These names represent not only the power of his teaching, but the ripple effect he has had on the next generation of educators. If you're here today and your name is on this list, please stand and stay standing to be recognized. Kirk Hickman, Jessica Schmerlo, Jonathan Zeng, Peter Frasso, Drew Russell, Dave Tribley, Ian Weinberger, Cody Halberstadt, Natalie Douglas Grana, Eamon Prizzi, Steve Mickelay, Jeanette Pryor-Johnson, Elliot Heil, Matthew Doran, Ben Voigt, Kevin Acuna, Kevin Valoy, Gabe Martinez, Michelle Bay, Alice Dale, Miranda Farmer, Gemma Goddard, and Isaac Boone. Randy, you're giving your heart, your time, and your incredible work ethic to not just this program, this school, and this profession, but also as a mentor. Thank you from all of us. Now on to the next piece. Stephen Reineke's Into the Raging River is an exhilarating musical journey. Commissioned for the 1998 Libertyville High School Band Festival, this piece begins with urgency and tension, and then surges through sweeping cinematic themes. You might even recognize some of those themes from a certain 1996 film starring Will Smith and Burt Pullman. Enjoy. culminating work of the concert, a piece written especially for this occasion. It is my pleasure to briefly recognize the composer who is in the audience today, Jay Kennedy. Thank you. Propulsion is more than a composition. It's a portrait of Randy's influence. Commissioned by a long list of donors, which can be found in your program, it captures the emotional and professional journey of a teacher who has dedicated his life to lighting sparks, guiding growth, and sending students into the world with confidence. The piece unfolds in 4 movements. Igniting the spark begins with the bassoon, a nod to Randy's own instrument, and builds into a full ensemble burst of energy. There's even a quote from the Northwestern University fight song honoring his alma mater. The second movement, Embers, reflects the early stages of creativity in students. Rhythmic motifs lead into a heartfelt melody with a glimpse of the Libertyville High School fight song, celebrating Randy's years there. The third movement moves to Reflecting, featuring intimate solos and chamber textures, representing the quiet mentorship Randy offered through ensembles like Winds Off the Lake and the Woodwind Quintet that he performed in. Lastly, Becoming is a musical culmination, driven, uplifting, and triumphant. With the Vernon Hills High School fight song woven into its fabric, this is the final movement, and it celebrates a transformation and an indelible spark Randy leaves in his students. The celebration continues. Performers on stage, this is a great time. We're going to have a slideshow coming down. If you want to exit the stage and go out into the audience so you can see this, you're welcome to. We have a special slideshow filled with memories, photos, and messages from students, colleagues, and families whose lives were forever changed. After the slideshow, we warmly invite you to a reception in the cafeteria where you can greet Randy, reconnect with fellow alumni, and continue sharing stories of music, laughter, and impact. Thank you all for being part of this extraordinary afternoon. And Mr. Sundell, again from all of us, thank you for the spark. Please enjoy this.
Hi, Randy and everybody, and welcome to the world of retirement. I'm Jim Garland, and I was the director at Hawthorne Middle School, District 73, for many of the years that Randy was a music educator. I've known Randy since he started at Oak Grove 33 years ago, and followed his career from there through Libertyville High School, and then on to Vernon Hills when he started in 1999. I was one of his primary feeders over all those years until 11 years ago when I retired. Randy is a special person. His teaching style is hard to put into words. I witness it as a former director, and I witness it as a member of the North Suburban Wind Ensemble. He has a unique way of relating to everyone, no matter what age you are, and does it with a very special flair. I know that all the awards and all the accolades over the years are worthy and worth it because of all the time and energy he's put in. I wish him all the best in retirement. I know that he's going to enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing him at some of our favorite articulation spots that we've had over the many years. All the best, my friend. Have a noteworthy retirement. All the best.
Congratulations, Sundell.
Congratulations on an amazing career. Wishing you all the best in your retirement.
Congratulations on an amazing career, and thank you for helping to shape me into the musician and music teacher that I am.
You know, it's more fun here. What an honor it is to be a part of this group of celebrating Randy Sundell's retirement. And when I first met up back in 1994 when we were both at Oak School, we started and he beginning his third year there. Over the course of the last 30 plus years, he's become a member of my extended family, a godparent for my son, and just like brothers. We had tons of good times. One of our favorites was a trip to Cabo we took in the spring of 2022. I hope the family brings an opportunity to visit there again. And then we take some trips we talked about doing as well. Randy is an amazing man who, my favorite part about Randy is his dedication to his craft, but using that as a platform to be a child advocate, and the growth and respect that I have for him over the years is making me better, engaging in honest discussion. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we didn't, but whether we agree or disagree, we push each other to become better at what we did. and more important is getting the proper part going well. Randy, welcome to the Retirement Club. Enjoy your time.
You've been responsible for putting out so much joy and happiness, and I hope that it comes back to you tenfold.
Jenny from class of 2018 here. I just wanted to say congratulations on an awesome career in District 128 and PHHS. Thank you for being a great teacher and director and inspiring my love of music. Happy retirement. I hope you get to spend even more time on your boat.
Hi Randy, this is Paul Thomas, class of 2003. Just wanted to thank you for all the great memories during my time at Vernon Hills. I moved to Vernon Hills in January of '99 from a terrible band program to a school where kids love to play and were inspired to excel and to work hard at whatever they set their minds to. You and Frank created an amazing music program, and it was so much fun to play for you and to hang out with you and even to prank you sometimes. But thanks for everything, Sonny D, and I hope that you have a great retirement.
Hey Sundell, Kevin Ford here. Congratulations on your retirement, man. And thank you so much for all you did for me and everything I learned from you and your mentorship back in the late 90s at LHS. Really appreciate you and have a lot of fond memories of you from back in the day. And yeah, man, well, congratulations and wish you all the best.
Hey Randy, this is Ella Swick out in Arizona. Hey, happy retirement. So happy for you. So glad that you're off to doing new things and playing music and having fun. And boy, you have worked so hard and deserve this wonderful retirement. Thanks for all you've done for Vernon Hills High School. You really put us on the map as far as one of the top bands in the state of Illinois. Congratulations, have fun, and hope to see you out in Arizona sometime maybe. So you take care and just really enjoy yourself and have a great time. Bye.
Congratulations on your graduation. Wishing you a happy retirement with lots of boats and travel.
Congratulations, Randy, on your retirement. I'm so sad I won't be able to be there in person, but you are a legend, and I'm so grateful for those few months I spent with you and your wonderful students. Enjoy.
Ian Weinberger, coming to you from New York City. I am so bummed to miss the fun this weekend. I'm so grateful to have been one of your student teachers. I have such fond memories of the quarter we spent together in the winter of 2009. It was so cold, and I could not fathom getting up as early as I did. To this day, I don't know how that happened, but you somehow had the magic in you to turn me into a temporary morning person. And I am still so thrilled by and thankful for the experiences that I had at Vernon Hills and with you, and for all you taught me about being a teacher and being a leader and inspiring the people that play for you, and that's something that I hold on to every day in my work here in New York.
Thank you for your guidance, wisdom, and inspiration. Wishing you joy and relaxation and nothing but the best in this exciting new chapter. Happy retirement, Randy.
Hello, Randy. Congrats on your retirement. Thank you for everything that you've done for Vernon Hills, for all your students and student teachers. Best wishes on your next chapter in life.
Thank you for being such a great mentor, Randy, and congratulations on your retirement. Looking forward to celebrating out on the water sometime soon.
Hello, I'm John Gilliam, principal of Vernon Hills High School. It's my privilege to congratulate Randy tonight. Randy, I don't know if you remember, I was a young administrator, head of curriculum and instruction here at the high school. And you, as a young band director, walked in along with a relatively older orchestra director and your boss, Frank Listina, and you both were red-faced. Have we seen that before, perhaps? At the heart of it was winds and percussion, more specifically, when you two had the shared services of those kids. Needless to say, I had no idea what I was getting into. That was quite a meeting. But what I appreciated most was, one, your ability to stand up for yourself, articulate your needs, and do so in a tough situation with your boss and fellow director. And then also, you were able to come to an agreement, a give and take agreement for ultimately what was best for our kids. And that's what I'll always take away from that moment. Randy, what I appreciate about you is you're loyal. You've been here for 25 years, and I can't thank you enough. Two, you're dedicated to the kids. You're dedicated to building healthy, positive relations with them. And then three, I've said it a lot this year, you're committed to excellence. And the list of accolades and rewards speaks for itself, that you have done amazing work here at the high school. We have big shoes to fill in your absence, but I wish you the best as you go. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Randy.
We're jealous.
It's been an honor to work with you for these past 18 years. You've taught me hard work ethic, humility, humor, and you've been an amazing colleague. I'm very grateful to have been a part of your journey.
I wanted to wish you all the best in your retirement. We are so grateful for all that you have done for the Vernon Hills High School community. All the wonderful memories the students have of making music with you will not be forgotten and certainly deserves to be celebrated. Thank you, and I'm so grateful to have been part of this journey with you. And we wish you all the best here in the O'Connor household, to our beloved Captain Randy.
Just wanted to say congratulations and thank you for all the teaching, the mentorship, and most importantly, the friendship over the years. So happy for you. Best of luck. Enjoy the boat.
Made coming to work fun for me every day. And I'll never forget your example of modeling high expectations for both yourself and your students, as well as compassion and kindness. Best of luck to you in this next chapter of your life.
Hey Randy, congratulations on your retirement. That's very exciting news. I know you're going to have a blast, and drink some good beer for me.
Hey Randy, congratulations on an awesome career. Your presence, support, and laughter will be deeply missed. Enjoy the next chapter of your life.
Randy's retirement home. You've sung your last notes, now it's time for boats. Farewell to the stage, hello to floats.
Hey Randy, thanks for being a great colleague and a great role model the last 12 years. Enjoy every minute of your retirement.
Thanks for all of your mentorship and guidance and just being an awesome role model for me in my young career as a teacher. And thanks for all the work that you've done, not only with Vernon Hills, but also with Libertyville back in the day, and also just our fine arts department here in the district in general.
It's been nothing but a pleasure to be your student teacher, your assistant band director, and department chair. You are the absolute best in the biz, and it's the end of an era. You just know how to get a group to sound great. You commit to the people who are around you in terms of their growth and their professional learning. You're just the best in the biz, and there's nobody like you. And the entire music education world is going to miss you, but I know you won't be far away. You'll be doing something. Congrats.
Hi, Randy. I wish I could be there in person, but you will soon discover the joy of travel during the school year without us. You are the last of the original three. Deanna, you and I started the VHHS music program 25 years ago. We had our challenges, like no senior class that first year. We also had unique opportunities to start our own traditions. You selected our school fight song. I was a little surprised you went with Ohio State instead of Northwestern, but I give you credit. Perhaps knowing that you would perform it over 10,000 times, you went with the best music. Then, remember the student competition for the lyrics? Yikes, they were terrible. Fortunately, your friend Russ came to the rescue. We never said it wasn't a student. Few really knew until now. As a band director is the key element in a successful orchestra program. I only had 3 head band directors in my 33 years of teaching, and that short list is quite impressive. John Dougal, Don Shue, and Randy Sundell. How fortunate but I had 3 nationally recognized educators at my side my entire career. The great moments far outnumbered the challenges, and some of the most memorable were with you on the podium or in the background supporting the rest of the staff in countless ways while never looking for recognition. I cannot thank you enough for your support, passion, and dedication to Cougar Fine Arts. Enjoy your retirement.
Hello and good afternoon. I'm Don Shute, and like you, I'm here to celebrate the amazing career of Maestro Randy Sundell, the man who put the yacht into yacht rock. I met Randy when he was assigned to student teach at Libertyville High School. He arrived a frightened 21-year-old, and I thought on the first day I'd give him a bit of a challenge. So I asked him to work with our 115-member symphonic band, complete with 15 alto saxophones, 4 oboes with broken reeds, and a percussion section that spent most of the year in the dean's office. It was no surprise when Randy called in sick for the next week. I don't think you've ever seen Randy eat, but I've never seen anyone eat faster than Randy. He eats like a starving Cocker Spaniel. He barely chews his food. And when he got a stomachache, he went to the doctor, and upon examination, they discovered that his digestive system was lined with PVC. Randy was never really a big fan of growing older, none of us are, but he was really self-conscious, so when he turned 40, he was getting wrinkles in his forehead. So a group of us went to Ace Hardware to help him out and bought a tub of flesh-toned spackle so he could fill in the creases in his forehead. I will always remember Randy as a great friend, a master teacher, a marvelous musician, superb conductor, and a man who is loved by all who know him. His accomplishments at Oak Grove, LHS, and VHHS are legendary. I believe him to be the finest high school director in the state of Illinois. I've been fortunate enough to share a podium with him for a good part of his career and still do to this day. His most prized accomplishment was being inducted as a member in the American Bandmasters Association, the highest honor a conductor can earn. My friend, you have worked hard these very many years and deserve a long and fulfilling retirement. Best wishes, and we'll see you out on your boat very soon.
Well, I had written something down, but doesn't mean anything so much. So I'll just, so I'm trying to think what I can add to it, but there's really not a lot. The last month and today, culminating with today, have been just absolutely amazing. Today in the green, I finally did break, if you didn't notice. Yes, I finally broke, yes. It's just starting, first of all, with the committee that put this together. I mean, what more can I say? This has absolutely been amazing. There's nothing more I could ask for than to make music. Breaking again. To make music with former students and present it to this audience here and also watching online. So, I got nothing more to say about that here. That's just awesome, and I appreciate that so much. I want to, personally thank Jay Kennedy for writing an awesome piece of music for us. Most of the stuff you saw in the video a lot of it was true. Obviously, you get the impression that I must spend time on the water because a lot of boat comments, and I do. That's fine. That's what I do. That's what I do in the summer. And the most wonderful thing about retiring is that the best part of summer, which is August, and a good part of September, where I've not been able to actually go out during the week, I now can do that. So that's and everybody who contributed to the video, thank you. It's just wonderful. You know, everybody, there's, you know, have so many. The one thing about teaching is the relationships you develop and the friends you have. You know, and I had just a portion of them on the stage today. But I have, you know, there's many that couldn't be here today. And also their parents, you know, to the audience members as well, thank you. These are things, this is why you teach. You know, it's not for the accolades are great, but there's a lot more to them, and that's what happened today, and I know what will continue in the future. So, you know, that's awesome, and anyhow, I'm just rambling now because I'm now off script. Something else I want to say. Oh, yes. Thanks, you know, to the current students who played on stage today with the Wind Ensemble, guys. Thank you very much for coming out on your now summer break. You guys are going to be in great hands next year. I'm going to miss you a lot. But I'll be around. I'll hear you play, and I'll let you know how you're doing. So, but you're going to be in great hands, and I feel really good about that. So, I don't know. I got nothing more. I've had a great time. The support that we get here is phenomenal, and the support I've received, not just from obviously community members, but my colleagues and staff, it's just been fantastic. So, again, thank you very much, everybody, and hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to you and see you in the lobby in a short time here. So, again, I don't know what else to say, but thank you.